Okay, hello everyone, my fellow engineer. Welcome back to my channels. And today's topics videos we will discuss about the stress singularity. Singularity. So for whoever you are that the first time hear these words about the stress singularity, so I suggest you to watch these videos until finish. So let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, in this video, I will not teach you like what is the concept of the stress singularity, like give you the theory of the stress singularity, the behind of the stress singularity, etc., etc. But what I will do now is to bring you with me to do the simulation and experience it real life. What is the stress singularity by doing the simulation. And the simulation that we will do, let's go to the basics analysis. The beam analysis, like you put the fixed support in the side, and also put the and apply the axial load to the other sides. And then check the deflection and also the stress, the deformation of the bending. Yeah, I suggest you that you ever or already learn it. So I will try to refresh you back about the beam analysis. And also, yeah, you can say this is also the tutorial of how to do the simulation for beam analysis. Yeah, you can. So we go for both. Okay. To find the stress singularity and also to do how to do the beam simulation. Okay, so in here now, I already have the static tutorial windows in my project schematic. Okay, so first thing that we need to do is to define our geometry. So we need to design our own geometry, the beam itself. So in here, I will using the space clamp to design my beam. Yeah, so in this section, I will just fast forward. Okay. Okay, so here for our beam dimensions, so I will put the cross section of our beam is square with the dimension is 25 millimeter, with the length of the beam itself is 300 millimeter. Okay, so let's close this and then do for the model to define our mesh and also the boundary condition for our simulation. Yeah, it took pretty long time because my PC is poor. Dang. What? I'm sorry. Hi. Hi, yeah, yeah. So, in this video, uh, I hope that I will not cut, do the cut video. So I will do lively, so you can experience the simulation in real life, in a real time. Okay. So yeah, thanks. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we already in our model of our simulation here. So let's define our the material of our beam is static. I'm sorry, a structural steel. Okay, and then our mesh. Let's do it for the default size of our mesh is put it. to default. Okay, so for default for our element for our simulation is about, right, 0. Okay, here wait, the units, let's change the unit first. Okay, I will go for the millimeter here, and then there you go. You can see that the size of our mesh is 15 millimeter. So okay, we go for the default size of mesh, and then let's put the boundary condition. I need the fixed support and also the force. Okay. Okay, so for our boundary condition, we will put the fixed support in this surface, and then for the force itself, we will put in this face. Okay, and then for the division of our forces go for the components, and then we want to apply our force to the downward, so along to the zy direction, I mean z direction. So I will go here for the z, we put 100 newton. Okay, so here our boundary condition. So the result that I demand is to total deformation and also the stress. And then let's solve it. uh, I will also open the Excel because I need Excel. Okay, while the okay, so here's our results for the our beam analysis. So the total deformation that we got is 0.13 millimeter, and for the stress is about 11.7 megapascal. So okay, here's the thing, yeah. After we know that, I don't know if you don't know, or you already know about this statement. So after we usually we found the results, we cannot take it bluntly. So what we have to do is to find the convergence. We need to do the convergence test for our simulation. What is the convergence test? So basically, we just change the element size of our maze, and then after that we look for the result that is there a distinction between the result for each mesh or not, until we find the stable value results with a different mesh. And then after that with the so basically it's about 10% or 5% for the error result. So that's the limit for the confidence test. Okay, this counts for the stress similarity. Okay, so here let's give a note for our result. Okay, so the mesh size, I will put the mesh size here, mesh size, and then the total deformation, and then for the stress von Mises. Okay. Okay, so for our default mesh before is 15 millimeter. I'll do 15 millimeter, and then for the total deformation millimeter on the stress is MPa, megapascal. Okay, for the mesh size of 15 millimeter for our simulation, the total deformation that we got is about 0.13 millimeter. Sorry. And then for the stress of our beam, The maximum stress is about 11.7 megapascal. Okay. Okay, so we got the first result of our default mesh. So let's decrease our size of mesh to give us the fine structure of our component. Okay, I will put here 10 millimeter. Okay, wait. I will go for 10 millimeter, 5 millimeter, 1 millimeter, 0.5, and 0.1. Okay, so if my simulation is take too long, I will just skip and give you the results. Okay, so you can, if you don't trust me, you can just do your own simulation. But if not take a long time for simulate, so I will not cut this video. Okay. Okay. So with the, I think this is happen because the size of mesh is too little to look at that tiny mesh element. Okay, so you got the idea. Here, okay, so I will go back to the one. Sorry. Oops. Oopsie daisy. So yeah, you got the idea, right? So you can see the results that we got for each different of uh, each different of mesh size. So there's no changing for the changing value from the total deformation is still stable 0.13 millimeter. But as you can see in in the stress results, you get that uh, the uh, so the tiny of the message that we apply to our component give us the results of the stress is increased. uh, I will repeat again. So the decreasing of the mesh size is give the stress result increase. This why we call the stress singularity. So the each time that we reduce our mesh size of our geometry, our simulation, the stress will go increase. This what called the stress singularity. So it will not going stable. So your simulation will not convergence. You will not be convergence due to this condition. So as you can see here, the maximum stress that happens in the in our beam is occurred in this edge of the edge of the beam. Okay, and the distribution of the stress is not what I can say is it's not normal. Like there's a really sharp difference between this layer to this layer. So like for example, okay, so the result in this probe, okay, is 22 megapascal, but in this condition is already 14 megapascal. There's a really big difference between the stress in this node to this node. Okay, which is this called it's not equa what it's not distribute properly. Okay, and you may suggest this is the stress singularity condition. For the theory, actually, I still didn't get it. So the theory that I read, that I, for my understanding, is that because in this edge, the area of the edge in here is unlimited. It's like the value is nothing. Okay? And when you put this condition to the stress formula, the stress is the stress equal force divided by area. And if we calculate for the area is 0, so the result will be infinite. I'm sorry, infinity, yeah. So this condition lead to our simulation to give this condition. Okay, so if we uh, I'm sorry, decreasing our mass size here more tiny decreasing like say this is 1 millimeter, and then we put it for 0.5 like I do before, and 0.1, and then etc going down. The mass will not be stable. Okay, it will go increasing by the time that you reducing the size mass uh, mass, uh, s- meshing size. Okay, so that's what called the stress singularity. So what is the solution for the stress singularity? Here in this video, I will show you how to do that. So basically, the thing that if you found this condition, what you can do first is to reduce this age. Okay, because actually in reality there are no sharp edges like this. There will be a edge, but there will be a radius in the edge, but it's it's only very little tiny of radius, so we can see it in the clear eyes. But if you do if we have some microscope, you can zoom in really big, that you can see that there are no sharp edge in beam. Okay, but of course with this I already put the radius in here, but the result is still not solved. The problem is still not solved. There still has the stress singularity. If you do that and there's no the problem is still arise, or the stress singularity, what you can do is to change your simulation. What I mean changing is by changing the methods of our simulation. In here we do the 3D simulation, but actually if your simulation is simple like this simulation is pretty simple. You can go for the one dimension analysis. Okay, so you don't need to do dimension. Okay, you not okay. Just I will show you how to do the one dimension beam analysis. Okay, so here in this video in this video I just want to show you how about the stress singularity and then how to solve it. Okay, so in the next video I will show you how to do the one dimension beam analysis.